I'm curious about CJ Stroud. He's sort of the forgotten guy. And if you want to talk an unbelievable performance at the end of the year against Georgia, and it's almost as if, we keep saying about Ohio State quarterbacks. I don't know how good they are. You go back, with Fields and Haskins, down through the list here. Is CJ Stroud different? And why is he being overlooked when it comes to, we talked about Bryce Young, we talked about Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. We talked about, Stetson Bennett more than CJ Stroud. What are we missing here?
We're missing a lot. I think he's the second best quarterback in this draft, and he really might be 1B to Bryce Young's 1A. I mean, like I said, the size is there. His best game, as you mentioned, Dan, was against Georgia, a historically great defense. And he showed all the things that we said he couldn't do. The knock on him at Ohio State for 2 years was not only does he not run, I mean, there are times he just flat out would not run. It looked like it was something he did not even care to try to do. But then you play Georgia, which is a great defense, and he's running, he's rolling out, he's scrambling, he's making all these plays with his legs and his arm. So I think he showed a part of his game that was there, but just not being used. The same thing happened to Justin Herbert coming out of Oregon. People compared him to Joe Burrow and Tua and said he doesn't run, he doesn't use his legs. And then you find out that the Oregon staff didn't want him to run and use his legs because he was too valuable. They didn't want him taking, hits that he didn't have to. It makes me think CJ Stroud's going to be a similar situation where once he's in the NFL, he's going to get opened up and do more things. So everyone does. Everybody wants to scout the helmet and say Ohio State quarterbacks. Michigan didn't have a great run of quarterbacks before Tom Brady. LSU didn't have a great run of quarterbacks before Joe Burrow. Texas Tech, no, that's Patrick Mahomes. Cliff Kingsbury wasn't great in the NFL. There's always going to be the person that breaks, the cycle. And I do think CJ Stroud has the arm talent. We've seen now the mobility. He definitely has the football IQ. He throws the best ball of any of these quarterbacks. And his workout Saturday night in Indianapolis was one of the better throwing workouts I've ever seen at the combine. I mean, it was a show as much as Anthony Richardson's, vertical jump at 40 were a show. CJ Stroud's actual throwing of the football was, I think, just impressive.